Before America joined the battlefields of World War II, it was already fighting a war at home, against the land itself. The Dust Bowl was one of the worst ecological disasters in the U.S. history, and its impact rippled straight into the war effort. The Dust Bowl hit the southern plains in the 1930s, turning fertile farmland into a barren wasteland. Years of overplowing and drought caused the topsoil to blow away in giant dust storms known as black blizzards. States like Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas. To understand the Dust Bowl, we have to go back, long before the black blizzards and the abandoned homesteads, to the vast, open prairies of the Great Plains in the 19th century. For centuries, this region has had a grassland ecosystem, home to native tribes like the Comanche, Kiowa, and the Sioux, and sustained by hardy, deep-rooted grasses that held the soil firmly in place. It was a land shaped by wind, sun, and fire, dynamic yet stable. But everything began to change in the mid 1800s. With the passage of the Homestead Act in 1862, thousands of settlers streamed west, lured by promises of free land. Each settler received 160 acres, on the condition that they farm and improve it. This federal policy aimed to tame the frontier, but it also marked the beginning of profound ecological change. The buffalo disappeared, railroads slashed across the prairie, and farmers, many unfamiliar with the region's fragile climate, began to plow up millions of acres across the native grassland. With steel plows and high hopes, they replaced it with wheat, corn, and cotton. By the late 1800s, dryland farming had taken root, but the Great Plains were not an easy place to live. Periods of abundance were often followed by drought, and through it all, the land was being worn down, slowly and silently. The Dust Bowl also had a severe ecological and social impact. It didn't just displace families, it reshaped the American workforce. Millions lost their farms, creating a new class of migrant laborers, and at the same time, the Great Depression was already squeezing the economy. President Roosevelt's New Deal aimed to rebuild rural America with programs like the Soil Conservation Service and the Work Progress Administration. These initiatives provided jobs, restored the land, and laid the groundwork for the future agricultural reforms. When World War II began, the U.S. needed all hands on deck, including those displaced by the Dust Bowl. Many former farmers found work in wartime industries or enlisted in the military. Women and Dust Bowl migrants alike filled critical labor shortages. Interestingly, the war helped end the Dust Bowl era. The government demand for crop led to higher food prices, encouraging farmers to return to their land. New agricultural practices like contour plowing and crop rotation reduced soil erosion. Economically, the war pulled America out of the Depression, but socially, the scars of the Dust Bowl remained. It had forced a mass migration, changed government policy, and revealed how environmental disasters could become national emergencies. The Dust Bowl taught the U.S. a vital lesson. How we treat the land affects not just the soil beneath our feet, but the stability of our nation. And in a time of global war, those lessons helped America stay resilient and resourceful.